Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On this day, I will bring back a topic of class interaction based on a study. We're entitled The Teacher Talk in Online Learning Verbal Interaction using the Flanders Interaction Analysis Category Systems. First, I will explain you about the classroom interaction. According to Noni, 1994 state that through interaction, students will be able to improve their language skills and levels because interaction provide a lot of input and output through listening and speaking, encouraging students to use more language and provide acquisition and acquaintance of students with language. In classroom interaction, there are some types of classroom interaction. And the types divided into three. First, teacher-learner interaction. This interaction is mostly done by the teacher as it involves the teacher interacting with the students about the content of the lesson, asking questions, giving direction, and criticizing or justifying the students' thought. Second, learner-learner interaction. The teachers are expected to encourage students in this type of interaction so that students will become active participants rather than the passive participants. Third, teacher-wall classroom interaction. This interaction happens mostly in EFL or English as foreign language classroom as the teacher needs to initiate teacher-wall class interaction by asking questions and receiving students' response. Okay, so now I will explain about the Flanders Interaction Analysis Category System, or VIACS. Flanders Interaction Analysis is a type of classroom interaction analysis that focuses solely on verbal behavior, primarily because it can be observed with greater reliability than nonverbal behavior, and more importantly, because it is assumed that an individual behavior is an adequate sample of his overall behavior. Flanders divided classroom interaction into two. There are first talk, teacher's talk, and student's talk, which is then categorized into verbal and nonverbal interaction. Flanders, as cited in Medan, in 1989, teacher talk is categorized into two main types, which are indirect influence and direct influence. Indirect influence consists of teachers' act of acceptance of students' feelings and ideas, praising or encouraging students using the student ideas and asking questions to the students. Meanwhile, direct influence is mostly about lecturing the students, giving direction, criticizing students' work, and also justifying their authority. In PAICS, there are some advantages by doing this analysis. Namely, first, someone who does not participate in observation activities can do this analysis. Second, can be easily followed by a supervisor during this analysis. Third, as an effective tool to measure the social emotional climate in the classroom. And fourth, can know class intention and behavior. Okay, so now I will explain the types of teacher's talk by the Flanders analysis. By Flanders analysis, there are two types of interaction by teacher's talk. First, response, and second, imitation. Response is divided into four types, namely, first, accept feeling. Accept feeling is about accept and clarifies the tone of the students in an unthreatening manner. Feeling may be positive or negative, predicting or recalling feelings are included. Second, praises or encourages. It's about praises or encourages students' action or behavior, jokes that release tension but not at expense of another individual, nodding head. And third, accept or uses ideas of students. It is about clarifying goal of developing ideas suggested by a student. Fourth, asking question is about asking question about the content or material or procedure with the intent that a student answered. The second is initiation. First, lecturing. Lecturing giving facts or opinion about content or words, expressing their own idea, asking rhetorical question. Second, giving direction. Direction, comment, or orders which students are expected to comply with. And the third, criticizing or justifying authority. It's about statement intent to change student behavior from unacceptable to acceptable pattern, calling someone out, stating why the teacher is doing what they are doing, and extremely self-reference. Research methodology. The research methodology from this study is use descriptive qualitative method with the naturalistic inquiry approach. The descriptive qualitative methods are considered to be relevant to this research because this study involves with collection and analysis of the data explaining the existing occurrence within a natural context. The data were taken from the classroom interaction in SMP Ahmad Yani Binjai between an English teacher and the 8th grade students. And then I will explain you the main topic from this presentation. That is result and discussion. Based on the result of research conducted, it was found that were 6 types of talk conducted by the teacher, namely first, upset feeling 41 times, second, praises or encouragement 46 times, third, accept or uses idea or of students 35 times, fifth, ask question 43 times, fifth, lecturing 46 times, and the last, giving direction 63 times. From the data, the type of discussion most often performed by the teacher is giving directs, which is 63 times. And based on the data too, we can know that the teacher talked 274 talks in which the most dominant, the type is giving direction, and the least dominant was accept or use ideas of students. The reasons why teacher talk was used by the teachers were analyzed based on question, who state that there are several reasons for teachers use the teacher talk in the classroom consists of influencing students' acquisition of foreign language, increasing the students' participation in the classroom, and also to motivate the students in the classroom. The most used teacher's talk was giving direction, and based on the interview with the teacher, it was found the teacher tends to give direction. Most of the time because the student will not participate in the class if the teacher did not give direction from the start. The students tend to be more silent in the classroom, and most of the time, they will only interact in the class if teacher appointed them or asked them by calling the name of the student. And based on the type of the teacher's talk used by the teacher during the meeting, because the following reason. First, to influence the students' target language acquisition or foreign language. The teacher tends to ask questions or direct them to interact more in the class to promote the target language. The teacher often appointed the students for them to speak in the classroom. The teacher said that if this was not done, the student will not be able to talk or interact in English as they were supposed to in the future. The second reason was to influence the student participation in the classroom. The teacher stated that if they did not start first, the students will not thought to participate at all in the classroom. The teacher mentioned that when the online classroom started at first, the students did not participate at all in the class. Most of them tend to not join the class at the first of the late participation. Therefore, the teacher often gave direction to the student to avoid this to happen again. The third reason was to motivate the student. This reason correlates with the previous one because the students did not have motivation at all. Their participation could be counted as in the first online classes. Thus, the teacher gave motivation and encouragement to the students so they could be more confident to talk and participate more in the classroom. So from all that I explained before, we can conclude that based on this research, it is known that there are only 6 types of teachers talk conducted, namely first, accept feelings, second, praises or encouragement, third, accept or use ideas of students, fourth, ask question, fifth, lecturing, and sixth, giving direction. From the 7 categories, there are only criticizing or justifying authority that are not done by the teacher. In this regard, researching found that there were 3 reasons for the teacher to use the teacher to speak like that, namely, first, to influence the acquisition of target language students of foreign language, second, to influence students' participation in class, third, to motivation students in class. Okay, so that's all about my presentation today. Thank you.